April 21st, 2013. Sorry I haven't written. I've been extremely depressed because, well, I've been trying to take care of the cats. They're clean now and I'm gradually feeding them, but of course they're not going to show much improvement over 4 days. But the pregnant mama died 3 days ago, and I've been sobbing like mad. I took the poor thing's body to a vet to check if we could save the babies, but they had apparently been dead for a few weeks before Mama died, which may have been a contributing cause. I told the veterinarian about rescuing all the cats and asked for advice. He said to just keep up with what I'm doing and show them lots of love. They need to know I'm a friend. I've been taking special care of the youngest kittens. There's 6 of them, and I'm not sure who's the mother because all the cats seem to just ignore them. One of them opened its eyes yesterday, and they're a beautiful ice blue. I've been feeding them baby formula and keeping an eye on them around the clock. I've gotten almost no sleep, which isn't helping my depression. They seem to be doing okay, though. I remember when I was a little girl, my mom never let me have a pet. I wanted a kitten more than anything, but she said she didn't want some filthy animal in the house. I cried, but she ignored me. Dad ignored me too. They always ignored me when I cried, no matter what it was about. I crashed my bike once and got all scraped up, and they paid no attention to me. I had an imaginary friend at the time. His name was Scotty, and he was my age. I could actually see him, though, that's the thing. Any of my previous imaginary friends were, well, imaginary. But then Scotty turned up. I tried introducing him to my parents because he looked like a real kid to me, but they couldn't see him. I shrugged it off, though, and played with Scotty every day. He had messy black hair and golden hazel eyes. He was a couple inches taller than me and very lanky, dressing in all black. His shirt was always long-sleeved, even in the summer. He was pale, as if he'd been kept in the dark all his life, and even spending time in the sun didn't change his complexion. Call me crazy, but I sort of had a little crush on Scotty. He always knew just what to say when I was sad. If Mom and Dad were ignoring me, he'd say, "Don't cry, they'll get murdered someday." Looking back, I realize it's almost as if he knew I'd become a killer. Whenever I was yelled at, Scotty would glare at my parents and threaten them, but of course, only I could hear him. Sometimes he'd crack a very morbid joke, and I'd laugh, taking my mind off of being scolded. This made my parents angry, and they sent me to my room, taking away all my toys. But I always had Scotty. When I turned 12, I saw less and less of Scotty, and it was making me sad. Finally, one day he told me that he'd be leaving forever. I sobbed and begged him to stay, hugging him and trying to hold him back. He told me that he'd always be with me in my heart and not to cry. His last words were, "Protect yourself and don't let them win." For a long time, I didn't know what he meant. Now I know that he was talking about me murdering people. He was so intelligent, but I still miss him. No matter how many boys I went through, I never found one like Scotty. Even though Scotty wasn't real, I loved him. After he left, I knew I'd never love again. I tried to move on, but it just wasn't the same. I wish he'd come back. Anyway, I know it was a short entry today, but I'm still so depressed. I'm gonna go look after the kittens again. I don't know when I'll write next. I haven't left the house since I got home from Amy's. I haven't even been on the computer, and I'm usually glued to the damn thing. Yeah, so, bye.